Andy 100% put everything into this.
And then our big one going to be at the Portsmouth Comic-Con.
Whoa! Can't wait. It's going to be so good.
He lives it, he breathes it, he doesn't sleep it. And I say he doesn't sleep it because he doesn't sleep.
You don't have a car.
Portsmouth Ghostbusters are hosting what's called Mass Hysteria.
Whole year of planning.
And we're getting so close to Mass Hysteria, it's unbelievable.
Started from a small event in Portsmouth.
This is the road to Mass Hysteria. April 1st, 2023. After 3 weeks of organisation, Andy had an event at Portsmouth.
Now, we're raising money for cancer research, which is a fantastic charity, and we just want to say hello to people. And we're going to do this event again next year, but we're going to have a whole year to prepare, and we're just going to make it massive. We're going to make it absolutely huge.
Talking about his cosplay journey, Andy explains where it all began.
So my cosplay journey started in about 2001. A couple of good friends of mine, Steve and Kev, were big Star Wars fans, and we were going to do a Star Wars fan film. It didn't quite work out. It took us a couple of years, so it wasn't long after episode 1 had just come out. We decided to put together a script, got a few pals together, we did a few green screen bits and pieces. Over a period of about 18 months, we did green screen in my mate's garage. We went up to Queen Elizabeth Country Park and did a load of stuff in the park, running around, and it didn't really get very far. By the time we'd finished filming what we had filmed, episode 2 was already out. The script changed a lot, the story changed, and nothing really ever came of it. We decided to bin it. We couldn't act. I think that was the bare bones of it. But we were dressing up as Jedi, and that was pretty incredible. That was pretty good. Fast forward a few years, maybe 8 or 9 years, we donned the Jedi outfits again and did a convention. We did Brighton Comic Con, and it was amazing. We had so much fun. Everyone loved the outfits, and they were homemade outfits. These weren't stuff that you'd buy off the shelf. We made these out of karate gis, and we decided then to do Ghostbusters. Steve decided he was going to make a proton pack out of foam. I bought a domain name, pompeyghostbusters.co.uk. I made the logo, and it sat there for years, didn't do anything with it. And then I met Samantha, and things changed.
So the first time I got into cosplay was actually at the Port Solent Comic Con, the free one, in 2018. We decided we were going to go as Star-Lord and Gamora, and that was the very first time I think I ever proper cosplayed. We were invited to a friend of mine, her little boy, had a get-together.
A group of Star Wars cosplayers called the Imperial Outlanders turned up
to present the birthday boy Ben with his whole armour, the whole armour made for him specifically for his size, and they were presenting it to him. So I'd asked my boyfriend Andy if he'd like to go down and take some photographs because he's a photographer.
And I went down there and I saw these guys come out in these stormtroopers, and I saw Vader and Boba Fett, who's always been my favourite character in Star Wars.
And he's also a massive Star Wars fan.
And I was just hooked.
And he'd always wanted stormtrooper armour.
Within a few months, I'd bought a stormtrooper outfit and was roaming around Southsea as the Pompey Trooper. It kind of escalated from there. We decided the Pompey Trooper would be would be needing to do some fundraising, so we decided to contact Debbie from the cancer research shop in Southsea. We paraded along the seafront, and one of my first fundraisers, it was the October, I think, of 2018. It was a miserable day, walking with a couple of guys from Hayling Island who were part of the 501st, and Chris, who had a Mandalorian made out of cardboard, and it was peeing down. The weather was disgusting, and poor old Chris, his Mandalorian got completely soaked. We decided to just continue that kind of idea, so bring in the idea of cosplay, if you like, but doing it for charity. Well, I've done lots of other cosplays. I've got a Batman, I've got a Bane, I do Star-Lord. There's a few others, and I've got cupboards full of bits and pieces. I've got cosplays I haven't finished that I'm looking at doing in the future. But the Ghostbusters was for me such an easy step into, because I love Ghostbusters. So the inspiration for starting Portsmouth Ghostbusters in terms of what it is today as a group in an online community, it was not long after I got a spirit pack, the 80% size, not the full size, the 80% size spirit pack. It was after doing one or two videos on YouTube of me modifying it and doing other bits and pieces to it that people started to take notice and started to look, and I decided to create the Facebook group. Hasbro, God, they've got a lot to answer for. Hasbro did a release of a full-size pack, the one you see behind me. It's one of those things where you have to back it and you wait for ages, you know. They make sure they get the backing. It's like a crowdfunded thing, so they get the backing from as many people as possible. You then wait 18 months, 2 years, whatever, for the thing to turn up.
I think everybody across the country was on tenterhooks who'd ordered one of these things. They were checking the tracking and all that kind of stuff. We decided we were gonna dress up on the day it arrived.
Samantha cosplays as Zool, and we answered the door in costume, so Samantha answered the door as Zool.
The delivery guy was a bit confused.
And the delivery driver didn't know what was going on, didn't have a clue. But I did the unboxing video, and my YouTube channel just went bosh, and then the Facebook group started to build traction, so I started getting people from around UK and within Portsmouth kind of getting involved in the community side of the group, which is really, really good.
And he's passionate about it, and he's passionate about, it's not just about the Ghostbusters, as much as that is the focus of this. He's passionate about the charity that it's going to be raising money for, and he wants this to be a huge event and successful, not just for the group, but so that the charity gets as much funds as it possibly can from this event.
So the main goals and objectives of Portsmouth Ghostbusters is simply to have fun and raise funds for whatever charity we're doing events for. We mainly choose cancer research as our chosen charity, and that's kind of my fault. I'm in my 40s, and I don't know anyone who's my age who hasn't been affected in some way or another by cancer, and that's just a fact of life. I've lost family and friends. My best mate lost his dad not long after, in fact just before COVID started, back in 2020 in March or in February. One of my last events as the Pompey Trooper was for Dave Garland. He's such a hero, he was such a good lad. Debbie is the manager of the shop, the cancer research shop in Southsea. She is a survivor of cancer. She's the epitome of what we're trying to achieve. She's the evidence that there's light at the end of the tunnel. She's amazing. She really is.
2010, my mum was diagnosed with a brain tumour after having breast cancer, which was a tough time. She passed away a year after I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was the day before my 50th birthday that I finished my treatment, and I was so lucky with my treatment. It was quite pain-free, and I'm forever indebted to cancer research. I took early retirement for the civil service, went into charity retail, and the rest is history. I'd honestly say one of the highs for me was when I was having my treatment. I so wanted to see my son go to his prom, go to university, and he's now 27, and we've made it.
February 2024, Portsmouth Ghostbusters hold another small event at Port Solent, fundraising but also promoting mass hysteria.
So I'm Nicky McRae. My role with Ghostbusters is as admin on social media and also as a team leader at events. Every time I've been out, it's been so unique, it's been so varied and diverse. I think Portsmouth Ghostbusters has an amazing opportunity to impact on the Portsmouth community, both with charity work, but also in terms of giving places like Portsmouth.
It's a good group of people. The Busters that are part of the group here are just, I don't want to use the word friends, they're family. And that's what it is. It's when a child sits there and goes from being absolutely shy, not wanting to be around people, to knowing your name, particularly looking for you in a crowd, and perking up with a smile every time they see you. In June, we're having our annual event that is going to be an exquisite event, bringing in Ghostbusters from several other groups to experience what is going to be a 40th anniversary event. And one event that we particularly help with is the cancer research. And for several of us, it actually hits home a little well. And it's really personal to why we actually Ghostbusters were charitable.
Along with many newspaper articles, Andy has the opportunity to promote the event on the radio.
So we've got a few things coming up. It's going to be quite mega actually. We obviously have the release, which is so big, of the new film, and then our big one, our big event this year is going to be at the Port Solent Comic-Con. And that is on the 8th of June. So that is the 40th anniversary of the original film release.
Yeah, it's going to be a big year for you guys, I think.
Massive, absolutely massive. I've got... So the event that the Portsmouth Ghostbusters are hosting is called Mass Hysteria, which is obviously a reference to the film.
Amazing.
And, I've been plugging this for the last year. So we have got busters coming from all over the country. It's going to be the biggest Ghostbuster meet-up on the South Coast. It is going to be absolutely huge. We've got stalls down there. We've got a photo booth experience, and we're raising money for cancer research. Everything we do will be for cancer research.
It's fundraising events. It's a massive thing. You can do small events in the shop. You can do over-the-counter asks, but big events definitely are the ones that generate the income. And when each shop has a target. We have several targets, but a cash target of 7,325 for this year. That's a huge amount of money to raise. So if we can do a couple of big events, and I know Mass Hysteria is going to be big, that's going to make all the difference. Whoa! Can't wait. It's going to be so good. It's just the planning. Andy has 100% put everything into this. Whole year of planning. It started from a small event in Port Solent with Ecto 1 in the cold and the rain, and then that day he decided it was going to be bigger and better. And it's just amazing how many people can put so much effort and their own time into something that is just so special. I want to see how many Ghostbusters actually turn up. I think that the momentum on Facebook, I've been watching them, the way they all involve their families, and they've gone from just one outfit to one proton pack to modernising and updating. It's just amazing. So I just want to see them all dressed up, all together, and all having a great time. It's one of these things that if you've got somebody that's a pioneer that can do it and involve and engage with other people, that is just amazing. So, yeah.
As Portsmouth Ghostbusters grow, so do the events. Now, the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire release at Port Solent Odeon, we are introduced to the new mascot, Hot Dog Cart Slimer, built and modified by Portsmouth Ghostbusters members. Their first Comic-Con is at Southampton.
We're at Southampton Comic-Con and it is the 27th of April and we're getting so close to mass hysteria, it's unbelievable. I am in goosebumps all day long for this kind of stuff. I've not done a Comic-Con from behind the scenes, but to take a group of people and make what we've done today has just been incredible. It's so emotional. I'm going to take you around and show you what we've done. So we have got stuff everywhere. Look at all this stuff, look. And we've got Ghostbusters everywhere. These people are absolutely amazing. We've got our packs down the back here, look. Obviously got a Slimer, as you do. And all the packs down there, you'll notice what that one is. That's my pack. But look at this. Such an incredible setup. It's been proper amazing. What a day it's just been. I can't tell you the feeling I'm feeling of being with these guys and girls on the run up to mass hysteria. And we've just been bigging up mass hysteria loads. We're going to get loads of people down. Members of the public is going to be huge, but loads of Ghostbusters today. I've just been saying they're going to come down and just spend the day with us at mass hysteria. Is going to be pretty amazing. A little bit concerning with the event organised at the moment, so I'm a little bit worried that we've been moved to a location that I'm not completely happy with, because I kind of wanted all the Ghostbuster stuff to be together, but we've been a little bit split up a little bit. But you know, that's for me to work out with the event organiser. I mean, but they've been amazing. I just think there might be a few things to work out. So fingers crossed on the one up to mass hysteria, we can get it all pitched in, and the event goes well. I didn't sleep last night. It's just so amazing.
Co-founder Steve Kerrin talks about how Portsmouth Ghostbusters was created and how it was left to do nothing for years after his wife became severely unwell.
I thought about it just before the 2016 movie, and we had done our Star Wars, and I just thought, obviously, Ghostbusters. The idea was there was going to be 4 of us initially, and that was it. I started doing all of the kit and the designs for the kit, and I even started building the EVA, and then my wife fell quite severely, to the point where actually I nearly lost her 3 times. So I had to sort of run out and I just did not have it. I thought he was the best person to do it because he already had established himself in that community. So he already had people he knew and connections with people. And I figured, if someone's going to do it, bumped into him at the cinema, just seen all the kit, and I thought, I want that. And then it just happened. That was the opening weekend of Frozen Empire, so 4 weeks ago. Everyone just needs to enjoy themselves. It's cool to see everyone's kit, how they customise it. Yeah, it's brilliant. See it and see like a mixture of people and their own sort of interpretations of packs, equipment, and uniforms. Yeah, it's excellent.
In his latest interview, Andy opens up about mental health and his own struggles with depression, anxiety and insomnia.
So I've always strived to be inclusive in my own life, and I push that for the group. I want the group to be somewhere where people feel safe. I want the group to be somewhere where people are happy to come and be at events, and not have to worry about the pitfalls of what life can treat them like elsewhere. You know, when you come to an event with Portsmouth Ghostbusters, you're treated like a Ghostbuster, and that's it. You know, we're looking at each other's packs, we're seeing what we've done to upgrade or weather or build, and when you see a group of Ghostbusters together and they're generally chatting about each other's kit. So the last couple of years have been really, really stressful. The cosplay side of things really puts me at ease. You know, there are a lot of people in our groups that have issues with mental health disorders or things like autism. We have a lot of autistic people in our groups because cosplay is a kind of escapism. It's a place you can go and get dressed and be someone, be something else. You know, you take a step out of your day-to-day routine and you enter a world of fantasy and make-believe, and a lot of people don't understand that, but that actually is very, very therapeutic. In a lot of ways, we have guys and girls who in their normal day-to-day lives wouldn't talk to anyone. They just wouldn't. And then you see them at events and I get goosebumps because we see them and it's heartwarming to see people do something that is so out of their comfort zone and be so comfortable doing it. To see that, you would never see it from the side of the member of the public. You just see, you see a Ghostbuster. What you don't see is that person in their real life. They just become different people. We really wanted the Ghostbuster side of things to be a big thing. We would have the main area as you go into the main doors, all full of Ghostbusters and all the Ghostbuster stuff like the stalls, the photo booth. The car's going to be out the front anyway. It was going to be a sea of Ghostbusters. It just seems a little bit that we were pushed aside for the other event to kind of take over. I don't know. It's put a lot of pressure on. There's 1 month today. It's the 8th of May today, and we've got 1 month to go.
He lives it. He breathes it. He doesn't sleep it. And I say he doesn't sleep it because he doesn't sleep.
I don't get a lot of sleep without medication.
Until this is over, I don't think he'll get a night's kit.
I've had issues sleeping since I was about 14.
I don't remember the last time I had my husband in bed with me for longer than a couple of hours, because he just can't settle. He gets up, he comes downstairs, and that's where he spends most of the night because he doesn't want to disturb me.
You know, but when I do events, I Samantha will say, "You're not going to sleep tonight." No, of course I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'll go to bed, try and fall asleep. Sometimes I will fall asleep, but I'll wake up again at a certain time and don't get back to sleep again for the rest of the night. Once the event is over, I'm hoping I'll be able to have a few nights sleep. So I was diagnosed with PTSD, depression and severe anxiety a couple of years ago.
Oh, his anxiety's been massively. I mean, the impact that this event has had on Andy has been huge.
I only recently finished the course of therapy, and I haven't really told anyone about any of this, but I didn't really understand it for a long time. Samantha helps me understand a lot of my anxiety. It's a struggle. I don't know what else to say. It's hard. Things got really bad. I was breaking down. Sometimes in the middle of the high street, not even knowing what, sometimes not even knowing why. Not really even understanding it. A song would just set me off, and I wouldn't understand why. Certain films, for some reason, were a trigger for, just triggered me to start crying for apparently no reason. That built up for a long time, very long time.
Yeah, so it's had a real negative impact on his mental well-being and his physical health.
I've got a really good team behind me, thankfully. There's some people in the Portsmouth Ghostbusters who are just they're on it, and I know that I can just rely on everyone to just be, absolutely amazing, because I know that it's going to be really good. I know the event's going to be good. I know it is.
I'm pretty sure he's going to already be thinking about the next one even before this one's finished.
Mass hysteria, disaster, a major problem. Ecto 1 has been double booked and can no longer attend.
Just been contacted by Carl, the guy who owns the Ecto 1 we had coming, and he's booked out, so he can't make it. And our stand-in guy unfortunately has a band gig, so he can't make it either. We don't have a car. This whole thing is geared around having a car there.
Andy and co-founder Steve Kerran talk about mass hysteria and their recent issue with Ecto 1.
And on that day I said to myself, this has to be done properly. I need a proper big event, and I want as many Ghostbusters as I can kick in the butt to move. And what day should I do it but June 8th? June 8th is a Saturday this year. It's 40 years to the day where it was released in America.
And I'm hoping the weather's going to be good.
So I thought
it needs to be like today.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
And I've now got a year to organise it. But you know what I found out, Steve? No matter how long we've got to organise these things, the stress
the other day
is still as bad.
I could sense it just from your messages.
I've had a few days like that recently.
Yeah.
It's been,
and I didn't know what. That's why towards the end when I said, how much more do you need?
Yeah, it's been a proper roller coaster ride, mate. Last week happened.
Yeah.
Carl said to me, "Yeah, I've got a booking." And I was like, oh, "Okay." No, I think Oscar's got a gig.
Oh no!
No!
I could.
So I did what I only thought I could do, and that's contact the other person with a car in the country that's close enough that could potentially do it, and that's Ross, who is, it turns out, to be a massive fan of my YouTube channel, one of my original fans, and has said, "Look, I've got a gig that day, but I'll see what I can do. Let's see what we can organise." Because between the three of them, these three guys, they've got like the best pucker cars in the country. Ross has one of only 2 of the actual cars used in the movie in Europe.
Yeah, nice.
In Europe. You know, there's only 12 in the world. This guy is the only guy in the UK who's got the actual model, make and model of that car.
Yeah.
It's the business. He's got the gurney and he's got everything. It's all.
Yeah.
You know what? I was having a heart attack for 2 days. I felt like my anxiety, mate, was up here. I get stressed.
Yeah.
I get stressed and I get anxiety a lot. But when that kind of happens, you know, I go into a shell and I
couldn't even hear your voice, but I could hear your voice, you know, in the messages. I was like, oh my God, he's having a mare.
Proper, you know, you can ask Samantha, I was proper stressed.
Yeah.
And
I can imagine.
This morning, actually, it was last night. Ross messaged and said, "Look, I can't talk to her, but it's a go."
Yeah, I
screenshotted it and put it in the admin.
And I was like, "Oh, thank God!"
And that was when my anxiety level just went whoosh, washed away. Just absolutely washed away. But I don't know. I just love the community, and I love the charity events we do, and the smiles we bring. It's not always just about raising money, which is a big part of it. Yeah. When you see someone come around the corner and their eyes just light up.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else, that makes me happy.
Yeah.
That always has done.
In this second radio interview, this time at the studio, Andy does a last-minute promotion to get as much exposure as possible for Mass Hysteria.
So you are from the Portsmouth Ghostbusters. So you're here today to talk about the Paul Solent Comic-Con, which is coming up on the 8th of June.
It's going to be massive.
What can people expect from it?
Well, obviously Ghostbusters, we'll talk about that in a second, but apart from that, as a major con, we've got Star Wars stuff going on down there, we've got DeLorean, so Back to the Future stuff, loads of Doctor Who bits. I mean, I'm not a big Doctor Who fan myself, but I know there is a ton of Doctor Who stuff, and it's just all geared around a big family fun day out.
What is it you're going to be doing down there specifically?
So specifically the Ghostbusters, Portsmouth Ghostbusters are hosting what's called Mass Hysteria. So we've got 2 cars, one is an Ecto-1C, which is a kind of modern take on the Ghostbuster car, and the best Ecto-1 in the country as far as I'm concerned is going to be there.
Wow.
It is huge. The guy who owns his name is Ross, and he's a major fan of Ghostbusters. Obviously, he's got the car, he's got the tools, he's got the talent, he's got everything. He's coming down with the car, it's just going to be made, picture with the car, all that kind of stuff. And then there's loads of Ghostbusters, so Mass Hysteria is designed to be a gathering of Ghostbusters from across the country, getting together, having fun. We're raising money for charity, doing all kinds of stuff. We've got a photo booth, VR experience, tarot card reading, Ghostbuster tarot card reading.
Oh wow!
Why not? We're doing for the little ones. We're doing regular ghost hunts around Port Solent.
Okay, that's cool.
That is going to be pretty special because we've got special items. I don't want to give anything away.
Okay.
Kids to wear, and they're going to go around and find hidden ghosts. It's going to be pretty amazing.
Never mind the kids, I want to do that.
It's going to be pretty awesome.
That sounds absolutely brilliant. I love that. And is it something, I mean, we were just talking about this off air. I know, like, we kind of tried to pretend that this is for the kids, right?
I mean, look at me, I'm 46 years old, and I bought a proton pack into the studio.
We'll see.
So we've been sent a huge prize from Sony Pictures, actually, and a guy called Eric who works for Ghost Corps, who is like the company that deals with all the film side of Sony for Ghostbusters.
Right.
And they've sent us a very special proton pack wand, which is the Spengler wand that came out a few years ago.
Wow.
And we've got that to auction off. And we're going to have loads of other bits and pieces. So we'll have a kids auction for the plush toys, raffle, and then we'll have a general raffle for the general kind of stuff. We've got lots of bits and pieces. And that big prize is going to be amazing.
There you go. Get yourself down there, buy yourself a raffle ticket. It's all going to charity, which is the main thing. And not only are you going to have a great day down there, you may walk away with a goodie or two.
Oh, yeah.
On the eve of Mass Hysteria, we watch Andy gather up all the props and things needed for the big event.
It's the morning of the day before. We are on Mass Hysteria Eve, and I've got to take the boy to school anyway, but I'm trying to get stuff organised, and I haven't slept all week. I'm proper tired. I'm going to medicate tonight to make sure I get a good night's sleep, but I've got stuff starting to put together in the living room, so I've got some bits on the table, some props and some bits. I've got to get some stuff out of the loft. It's going to be a long day today, knowing that Mass Hysteria is tomorrow.
So, all this stuff on the table, underneath the table. There are actually 2 suitcases down there. You can see the other one around the corner there, and that down there. And out the side, I've got a gazebo and 2 more bottles of. There's 2 cases of water underneath there. There's 2 more bottles of water, cases of water out there. I don't know if I'm going to get my pack in the car. I may not be able to take my proton pack with me. To see when the car comes back later, and I'll pack the car tonight and see. Oh, I hope I do. I don't take my pack with me.
It's time for Mass Hysteria. In this post-event chat with Samantha, Andy reveals the total raised for Cancer Research UK.
I guess how much we did. Did we have a target?
Hang on.
Did we have a target?
No. At least let me guess then.
Oh, go on.
Based on what you've done previously on other stuff, I don't know, maybe it's like 1,200.
£2,008.62.
Really?
Yeah, that's with everything. So that's with the raffle tickets, with the photo booth, ghost hunt, the VR experience, the tarot card reading, everything.
And what about all the expenses and stuff? Or do you have to take
That's
that
after
off
expenses. So
really?
That's after, we made more than that on the day, but after
wow.
expenses, and after it's all the profit, everything, all of the sales of the patches.
But that's yes, okay, so that's taking into account, taking off the stock, all the rest of it. That's amazing. That's even better than I thought then.
Absolutely huge.
Amazing. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it.
That's where you were ill, you had a headache.
Damn, Margaret. No, we were both going to come down as well.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
I had my Zool costume out, I had this Ghostbuster costume out and everything. Just amazing though, right?
Good.
That's the best. Yeah. Well done, baby.
Thank you for your support over the last year.
Oh, could I have my husband right now?
Yeah, let's go get back, get some sleep.
I was going to say, can you get some sleep now?
An emotional meet-up with Debbie at the Cancer Research UK shop in Southsea.
Oh, so well. Oh, how much was it? £2,000. How good is that?
Oh, amazing. Now you can sleep properly.
Do you know what? It's been a year in the making, and I couldn't have asked for a better turnout. It's so good. We had all the busters that we wanted, over 70 busters.
Wow.
And £2,000 made for charity. That's just blown my mind.
And mine.
It's massive. It's the biggest number I've ever done in any kind of event I've ever seen or put together or been involved in with other people. I've never seen that amount raised in one day.
No. And the participation from everybody, like you say, the busters coming from far and wide.
The Portsmouth Ghostbusters as a team just worked so well. Everybody, they played hard, but they worked hard.
Yeah,
and
100%.
Everybody just put in 100%, and we just did it.
Yeah, and all those little mini busters, doing the ghost hunt, that was my favourite. All of it.
So good. So now, onwards to next year.
Onwards and upwards.
see if we can beat that next year.
We will. But you got 364 more, 363, 362. You've got to sleep this year.
I'm going to try and delegate.
Yeah. My man.
Thank you so much. I just wanted to say that, I do these events every now and again, but you live this.
I know.
You're this
but I
every
live
day of the week.
For the same reason you, it's passion. Just
I
wait there,
do
please.
Oh.
Young man.
This has been the road to mass hysteria.